What's up, everybody? My name is Brian from Avocadata, and today we're going to go over how we can go find some storms for leads that we're going to go prepare for next week's calling operations. All of these tabs show you how you can generate leads. It all ties to one end goal, and that is to get someone's contact that could have suffered some sort of storm damage. To get started, I'm first going to just take a look at what areas had the highest level of impact. You can hit the side button and go to overview. This is just a quick little way of getting some data. So Oregon seems to have had the most storms and alerts in the last 24 hours. And if we were going to go look at some hail, there hasn't been any hail. No hail. Been some hail in the last 72 hours in Puerto Rico and New Mexico. And in the last 7 days, we've got some hail in Nebraska, Kansas, pretty small hail. Nothing that's really going to help us. But if we were maybe going to look for stuff that may have had some of the most severe weather, I'm going to go click on rainfall, and I'm going to go click into Florida. And now we load the entire map of Florida. And within this page, you are able to really customize what it is you're looking at. First thing I want to point out is this overview button. When you click this overview button, you are able to get the whole map. You are able to see the alerts that were within a time range. So, hasn't been too many storms. I live right here. We were the only place getting thunder yesterday. If you scroll a bit down, you'll be able to see the whole history. So in the last 7 days, there have been 160 alerts. 3 counties have been affected, more than 100 cities. And these were the most affected areas with alerts. And if we were going to go take a look at the active alerts, these are actually currently online. Most of these, as we can see, are all tied to water, the shore, some wind, knots, gale. And then again, on the left, we have all our cities that have been impacted and view the specific details about Jacksonville. But let's go back over to our Florida map. We keep scrolling. We can then filter into the alerts that are by county. So I'm now in Walton County, Florida. There are 7 alerts. I have some state data and statistics. And all of those alerts are tied to mostly water statements. And it looks like this county, Walton County, is in Jacksonville. Now, the other thing is, let's say there were storms that you just happen to not be around for. Well, you can click any of these images that actually get saved, and you can reload it right on the location. So now we're able to see that this is exactly where the storm hit. This is the center of the not the alert, but of the image that was taken. And then we can see this was the impact area. Additionally, you can go click this analytics button. Secondly, you can click this analytics button. And this analytics button will allow you to dive in a little bit deeper and just get an understanding of what's been going on for the week. So this has been the last 7 days. Nothing really substantial. It's just comparing other states. So Florida did have the second most amount of alerts out of any other state during this 7-day time frame. And here we can see all the different cities that were actually impacted, counties that were listed, and just different hours of the effect of the storm itself. Now we can go play around. We can click this measurements button. And this measurements button, so if you wanted to change the time frame, you would be able to navigate over here, type in the month. So I'm going to go to 07. And these are all the alerts within this 3-month time frame. The more alerts you have loaded, the slower your computer will go. I have a very fast computer, and it's going slow because there's probably about 10,000 alerts in this time frame. I'm going to go quickly navigate to the 8th or the August. So now our time frame is between July and between August, but it adjusts the time frame. So now you're seeing a snapshot of time of what the weather was in these specific dates and points. And if you wanted to, you can click right into any of these historical alerts. We can see this was July 14th, severe thunderstorm. And then we can get an idea of the measurements and the coverage. So all of these alerts were for wind, and we can see there were gusts of 60 miles an hour. When you click that analysis button, you're able to load this exchange that shows you a distribution of alerts compared to that single alert. Again, lots of statistics, features not everybody are going to use, but at the end of the day, they're available if you choose to. And within the storm research tab that we have right here, this is a collection of all the polygons you draw that you can then re-reference. These are polygons that you can create within the radar replay page. So when I click on any of these polygons, it's going to load the weather that was occurring at that time. And what we can do is we can actually look up Alabama radar, the alert, click the button. Now we're able to load back the image of the alert. I'm going to see, is this lined up perfectly? And we can see Vero Beach is actually here and the image is over here. No worries. You can go click the calibrate button, just like that. And we can drag it. And then we can stretch it. So we got Vero Beach, a little bit of design we got to do, a little bit of effort. But at the same time, you just saved yourself a lot of time by not having to be on the computer at all hours of the day. Now you can come back, save calibration, and you can click this draw polygon button. And what do you know? Let's say you missed an area. You can go right back, capture that area, get the new leads in that area, and click save and complete. And this may have been in the middle of nowhere. It's save view. And now this new image is going to be within your saved images. And again, you can do this with any of these previous alerts. If you want to go back to this Las Vegas one, I'm going to go check just to make sure it's on the overlay right. So I'm going to go make sure the lines, looks like we're off a little bit. Look like that's the line of California. So I'm going to go click on our calibrate button, move it up a slight bit, stretch it a little. Actually, I actually see where it says Las Vegas, so I'm going to use that as my center point. Las Vegas, right there. That's its complete calibration. So now we're kind of where we want to be. I like where we are. We have this right over here. I'm going to go draw my little polygon after the fact. It's probably in the desert and no one lives here. Yeah, it's in the desert, so that's why we didn't pull it originally. But all of this information, you can go back anywhere in time. So let's say there hasn't been any storm events recently. Well, you're able to go totally back in time to generate leads maybe from the summer that have not had their work completed. Lastly, you are able to see the historical data within this page. So this page allows you to filter through this map, nice and easy to see. And if you change the date range, so I'm going to go back again to July when things were the craziest. Also, you can take a look and see all of the details about the state, the geography, the rivers, the location of addresses to rivers and lakes based on the flooding, history. So this is going to start tying in significant hail events and weather damage. You've got some government info. You also have this analytics tab, allows you to dive into more storms based on the damage type. And if you click on any of the charts, you are able to directly filter within this feature right here, the storm events filtered alerts. And now it automatically pulls up the alerts for you. So again, if you were to go to, say, your analytics dashboard, you would be able to click into any of these particular alerts